Today, the first one I want to talk about is the first red flag in the Learning Center, and that's talking about the dispute button. Okay. And collections. This one's confusing because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. All right. You see, if you actually get a collection on your credit report, your score goes down. Okay. But whether the collection is $50, $500, $5,000, $10,000, the penalty is exactly the same. And it's roughly 20, 22 points. Okay. That's not a whole lot when we talk about some of the other red flags later on that have bigger penalties. But this penalty lasts for a total of 2 years. And after 1 year, the penalty is cut in half. So it's roughly 10 points after a year. And after 2 years, it's gone. The mistake people make is if there's something on your credit report, should you dispute it? Yes. If it is truly inaccurate and you know that somebody messed up or they forgot to do the auto pay the correct way and it's their fault as a company for not treating things the way they should by doing the right thing, yes, you should. But you only dispute something that's a collection right when it first shows up in the first 6 months or so. Why is that, Colin? Well, when they after they go past 2 years, they're no longer impacting a credit score at all. And these collection companies, you've heard me talk about this, Wendy. Who owns these collection companies?
Not the place that you had the original debt.
No, but I think it's guys like Lucifer,
Mm-hmm.
Jake the snake oil salesman. These people buy these collection accounts. Let's say you had a cell phone bill that went bad and it was $500. They will go and buy that account from AT&T or whoever, whatever phone company it is, and they will pay them 3 pennies on the dollar for that collection. 3 pennies on the dollar for that collection. You do the math. A $500 account, I think that's $15. Okay. So if they even collect 30 out of you, they just doubled their money, right? By simply adding this to your credit report and getting you to get scared. Okay. And the bigger the amount, the more scared you get, right? You're like, oh, it's $2,800 for some, whatever the heck it was, right? But it's still the same 20-point penalty that goes away after 2 years. And after that 2 years, you never want to hit that dispute button. Wendy, do you know what my reasoning is here?
Unfortunately, yes, because I've heard about it before. You make
Yes.
something old, brand new, all over again.
That's exactly right. So quote that, all brand new, all over again. What does that mean? How does that work? These companies on this Vinny and Lucifer or whatever, right? They will go in and realize, oh, they're disputing something. They must be about going to buy a house or a car. Let's get back in front of them and see if they want to send us some of that money, right? Maybe if they only send us $100, we're going to make 800% our $15 investment. So what they will do, along with calling you again and sending you a couple of letters, but those letters are expensive at the post office. But the thing that's really cheap is just for changing the date on what the collection is on your credit report. That makes
the last activity date.
That got your attention more than my phone call or my letter, right? Because you're in the process of trying to get to a goal of buying a home or whatever. And all of a sudden you just got some brand new 20-point penalty and you don't know what the heck happened. You're like, everything on my credit report is the same. And people don't look at the minute details of dates. You know, it's incredibly important, but they don't realize what's going on. And it's not like a new collection got added to your credit report. They just wouldn't change the date and you just got slapped with a brand new penalty.
All over again.
That's why you don't do this. I say, would you ever go into the woods and poke a sleeping bear?
No.
I've seen them up in the Smoky Mountains and I poking ones alive or sleeping. It can happen.
Can I pet that dog?
Nothing good is going to come of it. And that's what it's like. It was poking a sleeping bear is this collection that's older than 2 years. And I don't care if it's $50, 500, 5,000. The same response will just be refreshed all over again. And you're going to feel like you're on the treadmill to nowhere. So I hope we all learn that red flag, folks. Leave that dispute button alone unless it's at the very beginning and you know it's not yours. It's just not worth it. If you would love to, this is Royal Karma Learning Center. The first red flag there will have this topic in detail. It's written out. You can listen to it in audio. You can listen to this video, and just, just like anything, study it a couple times and you will never make that mistake again. That's what gets you, once you're at 720, to keep you from ever going backwards.